Guys, in today's video I will be filming a little reading challenge where I only read thriller books for a week. So excited to film this video because over the past few years I have been reading a lot more thriller books, so it's definitely up there with one of my top favorite genres. Obviously my first one is romance, followed by non-fiction, but thriller is definitely up there. Most of the thriller books I've read in the past are by Freida McFadden, aside from Verity and The Silent Patient. I'm going to start off with one of the thriller books that I have here with me. They're all by Freida McFadden, so I have One by One, The Perfect Son, and The Teacher. I have no idea what any of these are about. I just went to the bookstore and picked these up. So I think I might read One by One because I did buy this for my cousin as well, and I'm gonna ask her if she wants to read it with me. I just messaged my cousin and she said she's gonna read it as well, so we're going to be reading this at the same time and updating each other while I'm also updating this vlog as well. I'm so excited. I'm going to be going into this blind because I have no idea what this is about. I'm hoping to read about 3 books this week, which is a bit of a stretch considering I'm such a slow reader and it takes me like a week or 2 weeks to finish a book. But and I know 3 books might sound like a little bit to some people, but it's a lot for me because I'm super slow and I like to take my time. But all the books that I've read by Freida McFadden I've finished in like 2 to 3 days because they're such page turners and her writing style really keeps you on your toes. So I'm super excited to start this book. I'm up to chapter 7 now. I'm probably going to be giving spoilers in this video, so I'm giving spoilers about One by One. But why is she cheating on her husband? Like, what the hell? So far it's like a marriage in trouble trope, and it's a dual point of view between Claire, who is the main protagonist, and an anonymous person. I'm literally only 40 pages in, not even 37, but I don't know, I'm giving an update. But just quick initial thoughts. It's Claire and her husband Noah with 2 other couples. They're going on a trip. The daughter is like 4 years old, I think, or maybe even younger, but she's low-key a psychic. And then there's an anonymous person who I'm guessing is the antagonist. But yeah, so far she's already having like mixed feelings about this trip. Her and her husband are fighting, so let's see where this is going. My prediction so far, Warner is giving creepy vibes, like he's low-key sus, but also Jack is a little bit sus as well. Like, why are you cheating on your wife with your best friend's wife? Also, I think it was Jack that was trying to pack a gun. Okay, America. I feel like I've read quite a few Freida McFadden books to know that she kind of wants you to think that a certain character is evil and then they're not. So I think Jack is the person who she's trying to make out to be evil. I think it's too much of a coincidence that like he knew a lot about blueberries, and then before the chapter in the anonymous point of views was speaking about the berries, and then right before this it was a chapter about anonymous shooting and learning how to use a gun, and now Jack whips out a rifle. I don't think Jack is evil. I think he's innocent in all of this, and it's just a big coincidence that he knows a lot of things and that everything he knows corresponds with the anonymous point of view. My thoughts on the characters as of now is I don't think Jack is evil. Warner is still sus. Lindsay was stupid for eating those berries. And I don't really have any opinions on Michelle. I'm almost halfway through actually. I'm up to page 128, so I'm going to keep reading. It's like 12 AM now, but I think I'm going to finish this book because I'm almost done. My cousin and I have been reading together and we're updating each other. I just finished chapter 35 about Anonymous. My cousin and I have been messaging each other and we both think it's Noah. Chapter 35, whoever Anonymous is, their dad is cheating on their mum with the mum's sister, so that's the same thing that's happening to Noah, and he probably wants revenge. Okay guys, a few chapters later and it's definitely Noah. The pocket knife is gone. that he never mentioned that he had, so I think it's Noah. Oh my god, shut up. Shut up. It's Warner. Okay, I know I literally just said it's 100% Noah, but I've said from the beginning Warner is sus. What the hell? Okay, anyways, I need to keep reading this. Oh my god, shut up. What? Anonymous is Claire now? Okay, I need to keep reading this, but I need to update you that Noah is apparently in the same position as Claire, and it's Lindsay and Warner. My cousin predicted that Lindsay was still alive. Like, she literally messaged me and was like, I think it's Lindsay, she's still alive, she knows about the berries. What the hell? Okay, I need to keep reading this. The next day, and this morning, I finished one by one. I stayed up till 1:30 a.m. reading this book because I couldn't put it down and I just needed to know what happened. I think when I started this book last night, I was only up to chapter 11, and then I finished the whole thing. My cousin and I were reading together and we were updating each other. Overall, I think I rated this book about a 3 stars. I found it kind of boring and a little bit repetitive in the middle, just with, what's her name? Oh my god, I don't even remember her name. Claire. With Claire's point of view, but the ending was so good. It was so unpredictable. Like, I would have never expected that at all. I knew for sure that it wasn't Jack, because that would be way too obvious. I was so certain, and I was 100% sure that it was Noah. Like, towards the end, I was like, it has to be Noah, and then it wasn't. There was such a big plot twist. I knew that Warner was sus from the beginning. Like, he was just so suspicious. He came out of nowhere. He didn't know any of them, and he was the one that had the map, which was a really weird map as well. So I knew he was sus, but then I thought he died, and I was like, oh, so it's not him. But it was him. My cousin was a bit ahead of the book before me, that she was like, have you met Lindsay, the best friend, yet? I don't know why, but I feel like it's Lindsay. And then we were predicting who it was, and I said it's either Warner or Noah, and my cousin said, I have a feeling it's Lindsay. She's the person, like, she knows about the blueberries and knows she'll pass out for a few minutes. And I was like, Lindsay's dead. Since it's like 6 friends going on a trip, I thought the creepy stuff would happen once they get to the inn, but it happens all in the woods, and I was not expecting that at all. Hey guys, it's the next day, and I'm just choosing between reading either The Teacher or The Perfect Son. I think I'm going to read The Perfect Son just because it's shorter and it looks a bit more interesting. A few days later, and to be honest, I haven't read in about 2 days because I've been really busy, but I'm up to chapter 19 of The Perfect Son. And I really don't know where this story is going because it's all kind of unfolding as you read it. So I know there's going to be a big plot twist at the end, but I don't know what's going to happen. I have 0 predictions for this story. As you're reading it, it's kind of like happening in a sequence. So like, the son's a psychopath, a girl gets kidnapped, the mum is hiding a secret, but I don't know what the underlying plot twist of this is. But so far, compared to a lot of her other books, even compared to the book that I just read, this one's just not as suspenseful, and like, I don't really feel the need to keep reading at night. Like with the other book, one by one, I couldn't put it down and I just had to keep reading. That's why I ended up sleeping at 1 a.m. But this book, it's not as exciting. Anyways, I just got back from work and I want to continue reading this. Few hours later, but I'm going to jump in bed and continue reading. I'm up to chapter 20 now, where Erica finds out that it's 2 different Olivias. So she's been trying to protect Olivia Reynolds, who is on her son's debate team, but the girl that actually disappeared is a different Olivia. I just finished chapter 23, and Erica thought her dad has been dead for like the past 40 years. She thought that he passed away when she was 4 years old, but turns out he's still alive and he's been in prison for first-degree murder. So maybe he has something to do with disappearance and Liam's psychopathic tendencies. I'm up to chapter 41, and I really don't know who the kidnapper is. Like, I think it's Liam. Olivia's like stuck in some hole in the middle of nowhere. I have about 120 pages left, so I think I might finish this tonight, honestly. Now been 3 days since Olivia went missing, and Liam is having his court hearing to see if he will plead innocent or guilty. We're finally getting into the climax of the story. Liam just said he knows where Olivia is, and takes his mum to the middle of nowhere in the woods, and she's driving to the location. Sorry, what? Jason? The dad? Okay, so I just finished this chapter where Hannah finds where Olivia is and is trying to help her, and all of a sudden her dad, Jason, appears. Like, what? Honestly, this man was kind of just a side character for me. Like, he seemed so chill about his son being a psychopath, but I guess he's the real psychopath. Turns out this husband is a psychopath and has been planning this thing all along. He hates his kids and his wife. I just finished this book. It's 11:57. I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, the ending, it definitely wasn't as good as One by One or any of her other books, but I'll give a review tomorrow. Hey guys, so last night I finished The Perfect Son, and honestly I was really disappointed in this book. I found this book super like overdone, and it was so repetitive. So Erica, the main protagonist of this book, was super like anxious, and she was like such an overthinker, but they kept repeating the same sentences like, oh my god, my son's a sociopath, like he killed his hamster when he was like 5 and he wants to bury his wife, like 50 times throughout the book. Like, we get it. One thing that I didn't like about this book, that it was like so heavily focused on Liam that you just kind of assume that he's the murderer. You don't really think of anyone else. Everyone else I found was kind of just like a side character. Like, even Tyler, Hannah, the dad, they just felt like side characters to me. So you don't really get a chance to kind of predict who it is because it's so heavily focused on one person. Didn't really find this book suspenseful at all. Like, even like in One by One, you kind of predict, like get to predict like, oh, who you think the killer is, like if it's Noah or Jack. But this book, it's just so heavily focused on Liam that you just believe that it's him. Throwing in like the plot about the grandfather, like Erica's dad, how he was a murderer and he just got out of jail, was so random. I get it was like to throw us off and make it think that his grandfather's a murderer, so he probably inherited some psychopathic traits, but they literally just ignored it after. I think that this was one of her first books, like one of her earlier books. Actually, I'm gonna fact check that. This book was published in 2022. I do wish that we got Liam's point of view because I think that would have been interesting. I do like all of her books. I like her writing style. It's super easy to read, but I just feel like this book was trying too hard to be shocking, and it wasn't. Majority of the female main characters written in Freida McFadden's books are so stupid. I don't know why. They're just all so clueless, and I hate that. They're kind of all the same. I'm now reading The Teacher, and I'm low-key sick of reading thriller. Like, this will be my 3rd thriller book, and I just want to read a romance. It's currently raining outside, so it's the perfect weather to read. So annoyed. Addie is pissing me off. Like, why are you so obsessed with your teacher? This whole scene at the Italian restaurant where she's like, she's curious about what he's eating. Is that the one with mushrooms? Does he like mushrooms? Stop. I keep describing in the book how Nate is so hot and he's like the hottest teacher, but all I'm picturing is an old man. I'm only 1/3 into the book, so I don't really have any direction where this book is going so far. It's just talking about how no one likes Addie and she's getting closer with Mr. Bennett, and his wife's also cheating on him with a shoe salesman. There's also been an incident last year with Mr. Tuttle involving Addie, but no one really knows what to believe, if he's innocent or if she's innocent. I just finished chapter 27, and okay, I was not expecting that. Not since Hudson helped me kill my father. Ew, guys, I actually can't. Addie and her teacher are together now. What the hell? Ew. Someone put this man in prison right now. He literally just said to his student that now I'm 38 and I'm meeting my soulmate for the first time and she's only 16. How cruel is the universe? You should be in a prison. So they're both cheating on each other. The only thing is he's cheating on his wife with a 16-year-old girl. Ew, I can't even read this. Like, he's literally obsessed with a minor. Just read like a big chunk of the book. I think it was chapter 53 or something. I'm up to page 176, but Addie just knocked out Eve, and then her pedophile husband just murdered her. I'm up to part 2 now, and I'm excited to see whose point of view this is, because this is where the plot twist really starts happening. Nate's point of view. Oh my god, I'm up to part 3 now. It's like 12 AM and I have work tomorrow, but I think I'm going to finish this because I only have a few pages left. But not only was he a creep to Addie, but also to Kenzie when she was 14. What the hell? This man needs to be locked up in jail for real.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of
Okay, I just read the epilogue and that was such a plot twist. I was not expecting Hudson to be Jay, the salesman that Eve was having an affair with. Is this kid not like 16 as well? It's the next morning and last night I finished The Teacher. I thought I'd give a little review. Firstly, I'm just going to start off by saying I didn't enjoy this book at all. Definitely one of my least favorite books by her, to be honest. I think it's the tropes for me. It was age gap romance between a teacher-student affair and also cheating on both sides. So already I didn't really like the tropes going into this, but the whole book I just thought it was dragged out and I just got bored easily. Part of the book was also pretty slow. I found it boring and most of the information in it was kind of irrelevant. I think I ended up rating this a 2.5 stars. To me, this book was like the least thrilling book and the plot was just disturbing. We get Eve's point of view. I think I already explained this, I'm not sure, but Eve basically is just a teacher. She's in an unhappy marriage. You get her point of view, and then you also get Addie, who is the 16-year-old student that is having an affair with Nate, Eve's husband, who is also her English teacher. Plot twist of Eve being alive. To be honest, I wasn't even surprised that she was still alive. I just found it boring, honestly. It was just boring to me. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just have to talk about the epilogue. Eve was so hypocritical for... Even though Nate was like a pedophile, she was also sleeping with a minor. That whole plot twist of Jay being Hudson, I was like, what the hell? I was just disturbed. Genuinely disturbed. The whole plot of him being Jay was just really weird to me. So you're telling me that he drove out to the pumpkin patch at 3 AM to pick up Addie, drove her home, then drove back out to help Eve? I don't know. That random plot twist at the end. So overall, this video has been dragged on for about 2 weeks, but I read 3 books. I'm just going to give a little recap. So my favorite out of these 3 was probably One by One. Definitely the most suspenseful and thrilling if you want a quick and easy thriller. My second favorite book out of the 3 would probably be The Teacher, and then my last is The Perfect Son. All of Freida McFadden's thriller books in general are super easy and quick to read. They're also not too long. It's about 300 pages, which is like the perfect size. She's definitely like an introduction author into thriller. If you want to get into thriller books, definitely start off with one of her books. I think I've read 10 Freida McFadden books now, and my top 3 is still The Housemaid's Secret, Never Lie, and The Inmate. I think they remain my top 3. And these are some new books to add to my Freida list that I've read. Also, 2 out of 3 of the books I've read have the cheating trope, like the characters having an affair. What happened to loyalty, guys? Like, seriously. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had so much fun reading all these thriller books. I definitely want to branch out and discover new thriller authors this year, so maybe I'll do another video, but this was so fun to film and also motivated me to read. If you've read any other Freida McFadden books or any other thriller books, let me know, because I need some new suggestions of what to read. And also, if you've read these books, let me know, because I want to hear your opinion as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.